Hello everybody, and in today's video I'm going to be showing off some custom Apocalyptic Ninjago minifigures. I've got 5 characters here to show off some Apocalyptic customs for, and if this does well in the future I would definitely like to do some for other characters. So yeah, let's get started with the first minifigure. Now first, just to explain a bit of context behind this post-apocalyptic world I've created, it's basically something's happened and now all of the Ninjago characters are fighting survival, like heroes or villains, doesn't matter, they're all just living in this one world and yeah, they've just got to fight to survive. So first off, we've got Morrow here. Now this is kind of inspired by his Dragon's Rising look, as that's the only Morrow figure I've got, but I have made a few slight modifications, so let's take a look. So first of all, the legs are from the Mech Pilot Lloyd minifigure, just as I thought that the same colour as his torso, and they do go with his colour scheme, and just add a nice bit of armoured detail onto Morrow, as he's obviously fighting for his survival. The torso is the same as the Dragon's Rising one, obviously with that bright green arm, which kind of does look a bit out of place, but I don't really want to rip any arms out of my minifigures, so I would swap it for one of them, but we're just going to leave it like this. He's also got these tentacles from Hidden Side off of the Sailor minifigure. I just thought these are a nice ghostly accessory, and what minifigure to put them on would obviously Morrow would work best. I've left the half mask off as it just shows this like angry face to kind of show how he's kind of fighting for survival and he's willing to do whatever it takes. Obviously there's the other one where it's a bit calmer, but yeah. And then obviously we just got his plain black hairpiece. Sadly no green stripe because I don't really want to draw on any of my minifigures, so yeah, that's why I've just left it as that. Obviously for his accessory I thought the Sword of Century is an obvious choice. Obviously he could be like something he found on the floor after the apocalypse started, and he's just been using it to help him fight off his survival. So there's our first custom of Morrow. Next up, we might have my favourite custom that I've made out of this, and this is my custom Apocalyptic Cole. So let's quickly take off this accessory, I'll explain that later. So yeah, here we've got the Apocalyptic Cole. So first of all, the legs are from Apocalyptic Wildstar from the Lego Movie 2. These are really useful parts just for basically any context, so I thought it would be great for a Cole minifigure as the black and brown, the key colour scheme for this Cole suit. I've also gone for his movie torso. I would have gone for his hunted suit, but I don't have that sadly, so yeah, I thought the movie one suits pretty well. It's a sleeveless look, it uses the brown pretty well, and I thought it goes well with these legs. The armour is his the climber suit for Cole. I thought it's a black and gold colour, which goes pretty well, and it just adds a bit more bulk to show how Cole's fighting for survival, as you can see. I've also got a little dagger just put in his back, just in case he loses his main weapon. His face is the Day of the Departed one, just as I thought the scar added a nice bit of battle damage to him to make it look like he's been surviving. Then obviously his movie headband piece, because it just fits the rest of the colour scheme really nicely. Then his weapon, as you can see here, we've got this kind of like hammer thing I've tried to make. It looked a lot better in my head, but I'm trying to be a bit creative with some of these weapons. So as you can see, we've got 2 of Thor's hammer pieces attached to the top to kind of form the top of a hammer. So this is what he'd be fighting them with. And yeah, as we can see here, it is like so. And then yeah, just put them like that. And then yeah, that's him with the hammer. And yeah, I just really like the bulk to this custom, and I think the hammer suits that really well. Next up, we have Mr. Pale. Now this is this part minifigure actually uses no Ninjago parts, as I don't actually have an official Mr. Pale, but I thought, you know what, include him just because I think this custom, I'm really happy with how this custom's turned out. So it kind of looks a bit like a cowboy look for Mr. Pale, which I do actually really like the look of this. So he's got these hidden side legs, which just have a nice bit of like worn up detailing with a little bit of body armor. And then he's just got this red shirt, which is, yeah, with some white hands to represent the invisibility. Then I gave him Aaron from Dragon's Rising's hood-like mask piece. And this looks a lot nicer than I thought it would. I just whacked it on and I thought just as like an armor. And I think it does look a lot better than the red that I could have given him from Kai. And it just adds a nice new colour to this minifigure, and it kind of brings the printing on the legs together. Then obviously he's just got a plain head and a hat, which all looks really nice. And as you can see, for his accessory, we've just given him a staff and a gun, which obviously really fits in with the Wild West theming. And yeah, that's why I'm really happy with this minifigure. I think he looks really good. Next up, we have my personal favourite ninja, and that is Jay. So as we can see, I've used his hunted legs just because they obviously are more naturally a bit broken and ripped apart there, as you can see, alongside his Master of the Mountain torso, which just adds a lot of armor on the front and on this sidearm here. He's got his season 1 armor, and then obviously his eye patch face. This could show maybe he's lost an eye in battle or something. And then obviously he's got his mech suit hood. And then on the back, we've given him a pirate sword, just as similar to how Cole had this dagger. I thought I'd give Jay a pirate sword, and it also fits in the pirate theming. And then obviously he's got these nunchucks here to ward off anyone who's come to attack. Yeah, overall this custom's not one of my favourites, but I do quite like the silvery look that I've gone for, and I'm very happy with the idea to have the eye patches. I think that brings together the sword detail really nicely. And yeah, overall I think it is a pretty good custom. Now, here we have the kind of one of the leaders of the opposing faction, as in this world it's where the Ninjroids have actually taken over. And yeah, as we can see here, we've got Kryptor, leader of the Ninjroids. But this one kind of shows how he's kind of a bit more worn down. As we can see, as he's obviously missing an arm, and he's got this attachment instead, which can use to shoot stuff. But yeah, so this is kind of more worn down Kryptor. He's coming to the end of his leadership role. He's been in many battles. As you can see, he's just this custom is very easy to make with just just a shark army torso and legs. And then obviously the general Kryptor body and head and mask. But yeah, so that's overall I do like this custom. And yeah, as I say, it's kind of like the lore for this world. It would be like the Ninjroids have taken over, and they're slowly like trying to turn everyone else into like cyborgs and stuff. And then obviously the other, like the ninja, and then other like one-off villains or elemental masters have got to try and help defend Ninjago. So yeah, so those were my custom post-apocalyptic Ninjago customs. So in the future, what I might do is split an episode into the villains faction with the cyborgs and Ninjroids taking over, and then the other half is the other survivors. So yeah, the next episode I'll probably do is probably going to be based around the Ninjroids, and I'm super excited to do that. And if you lot enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.